go live on Instagram because I forgot to press go live last time. So let's see whether this works. So morning, if you are joining on YouTube, Facebook, and go live. Yes, so I'm going live on Instagram as well, which is great. Apologies if you tried to join on Instagram on Monday. I forgot to press the go live button, so that's why you didn't see any of the class on Instagram on Monday. Today we are going to run the 5 elements Qigong program again that we did last Wednesday. I haven't got the full length camera, so hopefully you can see all okay. You should be able to see my upper body. Let's start off with getting the camera angle right. Let's start off with some of the mobilization, and we'll just do knocking, so rotating through the spine. Always, before we do a little flow practice, is we do some mobilization, a little bit of stretching, and then moving into the flow. So getting the blood flowing, stretching out the fascia. And then once we've done that, we can enjoy the smooth ease of movement with the flow. The purpose of this movement is to really work on freeing up the shoulders, back of the spine, the neck, getting some rotation through the spine. Let's bring the hand or the arm that swings across the front into a light fist. And you're just going to tap just on the pec muscles, on the chest, just underneath the collarbone. Just gentle tapping. So you're bending the elbows. Still using the momentum of that movement from the hips and the waist. So I'm not using my arms to tap like this. I'm using that momentum that I'm creating from the hips and the waist. Arms are just driven through that, or driven by that momentum. And here we're just tapping on one of the long points. And again, getting the blood flowing there, getting lymphatic drainage. Let's go to shoulders. So when we go to shoulders, you just create a cup with the hand. And then you're just getting right into those shoulder muscles. Again, getting all the blood flowing to that area. Breathing is just nice and soft. Don't even have to think about how you're breathing. And then let's come back to lung points. And then back to belly and back. And slowing down now into water waves. So here we just add that little bit of resistance. And go soft, think of soft fingers, soft wrists, soft elbows, soft shoulders. And rest. Stand tall for a moment. Feel your feet in connection to the ground. I know you can't feel my feet, but just feel your feet connected to the ground. And then bending the knees a little bit. We're going to spinal cord breathing. So we're breathing in gently through the nose as you bring your elbows back. And then we're breathing out as we curl up into that little ball. And here, remember, we're using the pelvis as well. See if I can just move back a bit so you can see that I'm just tilting the pelvis, spilling out the front of the pelvis as I'm opening up here, opening the chest. And then I'm spilling out the back of the pelvis. I'm tucking the tailbone. And this movement is just nice and fluid. Keep it smooth and fluid. We're not forcing anything. Finding your own rhythm. On your next in-breath, just rotate to one side and just breathe in and out down that side. Still get that pelvis moving. In and out one side, and then in again up the side, and then out down the center. And then we would just repeat that to the other side. And then one more down the center. And stand up again. Good. Have a little move around if you need to move around a little bit. A little bit of a shake out if you need to shake out a little bit. Stand for a moment. Nice and stable on the ground. Let's do a bit of dog wags the tail. So you're shifting the weight side to side. So imagine you've got a tail attached to your tailbone. That's not my ankle that's cracking, it's the floor that's crunching a little bit there. There's a stood on a really weird bit of floor that's just creaking. And just get that tailbone. And then free up the spine. So that the head. Be gentle with this so we're not forcing it. Don't want to get whiplash or anything. So get that idea, the hip leads and then the spine just waves on top of the pelvis. Really get that sense of driving or moving from the center. The energy is moving from the center. There's a big difference if I'm moving my shoulders or if I'm moving my head, if I'm deliberately moving my shoulders or my head. They are following that movement from your center. And slow it down, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. I want to do one little arm stretch. And I know it's slightly difficult on Instagram to see this fully because on Instagram, we just get the camera shaped video, but everyone else can see this fully. So we're just going to take our feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, bend our knees a little bit, and we're going to just push the arms out to the side. So we're going to really stretch out the arms. We're going to flex the fingers towards the sky. So we get a real deliberate stretch through the arm line. Think of stretching all the way through the front of the chest, all the way through to the fingers. and then relax. Let the arms come back down, and then bring up again, and then just push out to the side. So get a little bit of resistance. Feel as if you're pushing a couple of walls away either side to you. So there is really strong stretching out. Now, there's a difference between grimacing and stretching as opposed to just stretching through. You can relax the face, you can breathe easy, but you're stretching, flex the fingers towards the sky. I'm going to stand from the side so you can see there from the side, stretching the fingers towards the sky and relax. So you'll feel that difference when you let go and relax. Fingers should feel nice, arms should feel nice. And let's do a couple more of those. Breathing in and then breathing out. We should push, gently breathing out, stretching out their arm lines. Really feel that resistance. So I want you to really feel the difference between when you're relaxed, when everything's just soft, and then when you're being really strong and pushing away. And see that resistance. This is really good if you're sitting at a desk a lot, if you're working on a laptop or on your phone a lot, just to lengthen out all the fascia through the elbows, through the wrists, through the fingers, through the shoulders. Let's do one more. Strong and then soft. And also when we're saying soft and relaxed, it's not just let go. They're strong and then soft is is smooth. It's not just I've let go of my arms now, that's soft, I've had enough. Good. Have a little bit of a shake out. Shake your arms. Tap your heels into the ground. Let the breath just go with the movement. If you want to create these sounds, if you want to do a nice cleansing and clearing breath, taking a fuller breath in. Just let go, let everything go. Good shake out. This is great because it gets vibration. It moves the bones. It's not just stretching the muscles, you're moving the bones, you're getting some vibration through the bones. And shake out your ankle. And then just stand for a minute. Just open up the palms, open up the shoulders. Let the breath settle. Put your glasses back on if you're wearing glasses. Let the breath settle. Good. So we've done our mobilization, we've done a little bit of stretching. So we've got blood flowing, we've cleared any tightness and tension out of the body. Now the idea is to go into our flow, our Qigong flow state. And this is very much having in mind that it's as least amount of effort, keep a sense of ease and flow, as the name suggests, in all of the movements, and have in mind that your breath is guiding the movement. So just follow your breath, follow the movements, and find your own rhythm with the movement. So we'll start with the first movement, which is Buddha holds up the earth. So you're breathing in, and then you're breathing out. Now keep that movement smooth and fluid, but you might want to go a little bit quicker. If a little bit quicker works better for you, we don't want you to feel as if you are running out of air. Also remember that we don't breathe too much air. So you don't want to be making big pulling breaths in. because if you breathe too much air for what you're doing, we disturb the balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide. And then we don't get optimal blood oxygenation of the cells. If we breathe too much air, we can breathe out more carbon dioxide than we're making, and that means we don't get as optimum oxygenation of the cells. Anybody wants to check that out, Google the Bohr effect. Bohr effect. Also, it's hard work to breathe loads of air. Do the least amount of work that you need to do. Have in mind the intention of the movements as well. So, fun name, holding up the earth. You will have in mind that it's quite a precious object, the earth, and it's quite heavy. So you don't want to drop it, but you don't want to throw it all over the place. So you're just gently lifting, gently lowering. And then when you come to the end of that movement, just take a rest for a moment. And then we'll move into the fountain. So back of the hands facing each other, coming up the center line, the spine lengthens, and then it's like a fountain. So water out to the side. Think of really relaxation and flow. But what's the power and strength? Because if you think about how water flows, it's very powerful. Use the spine to lift the elbows. That spine lengthens. Breathing in as you expand, and breathing out to the sides there. Let's do one more before you take a rest. Just standing for a moment, just bringing the hands again in front of your center there. So when we go into this resting posture, we're not just completely letting go and collapsing there. It's just that little bit of engagement there in the fingers and the arms. Next movement, tree sways in the wind. So we rotate to one side, lengthen up, pointing at the crown of the head, back to center. And then it's like a shedding of the leaves down the side. I really like this one for that feeling of really lengthening up the side of the body, pointing to the crown, lengthening up the crown, lengthening up the spine from the crown there. Often if we get a little bit like compressed at one side, this is great because if you compress at one side, you can really think about, I'm just lengthening up that side of the body, crown of the head, I'm lengthening my spine. It's making you taller. And this really plays into what we were chatting about on our little Zoom session beforehand, is that combination of strength plus flexibility. So if you think about a tree, it's resilient and it lasts for hundreds and hundreds of years because it's very strong, but also because it has a very flexible as well. And it's that combination of strength and flexibility, or strength and softness, that create resilience. If something's too strong, it will break. If it's too flexible, it will break. It's that combination of the two. And that's not just from a structural point of view. It's obviously, well, I say obviously, it's from an emotional point of view as well. It's like we don't just want to be so strong. We need to have that element of softness as well. Strong through the center, strong through the core. And take a rest when you get to the end of that movement. Cloudy hands. So again, have this visualization. Here's the cloud. So the cloud is in front of your chest, in front of your heart center there. We're not coming close here, a little bit of space away from there. And this is the shadow of the cloud. And the shadow follows the cloud. The movement comes from the hips and the waist. So I'm doing like a little figure of eight movement through my hips and my waist, and the upper body is following that. And we want to make sure that it doesn't look too robotic. This can look very robotic. So still have in mind, this is about flow. It's about strength and flexibility, strength and softness. And this is a nice one to focus on enjoyment and bringing in that sense of inner smile. This is great if you're outdoors, if you've got sort of like that perspective to be able to look over onto the horizon. You're watching a sunset, or you're watching a sunrise, or just wind and rain, just anything that is really sort of enjoyable. And you can breathe one side in or one side out, or you just let that breath just flow naturally, just breathing so light and soft. And then take a race. Final element, pebble in the pond. So it's like you're just dropping, pebble in the pond. There's that ripple. This is all about centering, grounding, connecting to the earth. Breathing out with a ripple. And breathing in as you're gathering back to your center. And then after the next one, just interlocking your thumbs and just resting your hands just on the lower belly, on the lower dantian, bringing your feet together. And we'll just all take a moment together, just closing our eyes, just letting your body gently sway, maybe spiral. And again, have in mind that combination of strength and softness. A visualization of bamboo in the wind. Taking now a full calm breath in through the nose, filling the lungs. Slowly opening the eyes. Just have a little pause for the breath there, top of the breath. And then just letting go of the breath. Giving yourself a brush down. Arms, neck, front and back. Belly. Excellent. Good, good, good. Thank you for joining. Hope you enjoyed that. It certainly woke me up. And going to go out for a little run now, and then I'm heading off to Scotland to do. I'm really excited to be doing our next another Oxygen Advantage instructor training. So I'm in Scotland today till Sunday. We'll be back Sunday night in London, so we'll be back here on Monday morning for the 8 a.m. focus on breath. So have a great weekend. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye. Is it raining? Oh no, stop the rain. Thanks, Tom. See you later. Bye.